specifically came to mind when I think about togetherness in Arlington. I've lived here for over 30 years, and it is my home, and it's my family's home. And we are very involved, not just in our church, but in the community, because in Micah 6:8, it tells us to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly. And so when I think of togetherness and the city of Arlington, I think of being humble. We cannot do it alone. We need to be in this together. We need to work as a group and not be as concerned about our individual success and our individuality, I guess. We need to be looking at how God created us to be in relationship with each other and to love each other. And so to be able to do that, we have to humble ourselves. And so that's how I see us being together. My name's Michelle Clark, and I am with First United Methodist Church here in Arlington. I have been at First United Methodist for 20 years, but it seems like I just started yesterday. We're always innovating and doing new things to love God and love our community, and so what seems like a long time, 20 years, has gone by just like that. I am a pastor, and I'm in charge of caring and serving ministries. So that means that I take care of our congregation and congregational care, hospital visits, seeing people at home, sending cards, making sure everybody's okay. And then in the serving ministries, I help our congregation connect with our community and our nation and our world in terms of taking care of each other, whether it's food or education or emergency response or building housing. That's what we do. Because we've been virtual, we wanted to have a few things that could be done where people could drop them off on their own and in small groups, and we wanted people to be able to be still connected and not just be virtual. So the way we handled that was we came up with I don't know if movement's the right word, or just an impetus towards loving God and loving our neighbor. And so some of the things that we did in that one particular time frame is we focused on 3 or 4 different areas. We focused on first responders, we focused on education, we focused on homeless, and we focused on people who were working and may not be working anymore that needed food or financial help or just anything. Those are the 4 areas that we focused on. At the beginning of 2020, as a team, we decided that our focus was going to be love God, love neighbor. And so when we decided to have this combined effort to reach our community later in the year when the pandemic hit, it made sense to love God, love neighbor, and love in action. And that's how this came about. It was a group effort from our team, but our marketing and PR and all of those people were the ones that came up with the last piece of our slogan. Community is a big thing for us, and it is for any church. It's not just First United Methodist Church. God commands us to go out and to love our neighbor. And so some of the ways that we do that is we're involved with emergency relief. And as you know, all the hurricanes have been coming in, and we send teams down to the coast of Texas and Louisiana, and we help pick up. We are also very concerned about taking care of people who need housing. So we work with Habitat for Humanity. All over Tarrant County, we work with Habitat for Humanity and making sure that we raise funds and we provide labor and we have people that build those houses so that people can have affordable housing. We are very connected with 2 particular schools, Kukin Elementary and Webb Elementary, and we focus our efforts on mentoring and supporting the teachers and supporting the families in whatever they need, and if they need emergency things, that we take care of that as well. And then we are connected to all of the agencies here in Arlington. Arlington Urban Ministries, Arlington Charities, Mission Arlington, you name it, we're connected, and we just try to make sure that when there is a need that we can respond, whether it's individually or as a congregation. During pandemic times, we have discovered that people are isolated. People are, they get down and they pour themselves out to other people, and then they are not poured into. And so we decided to take our acts of kindness into the community so that we could lift up those that are on the front lines. So we focused again, like I said, on our first responders. We had congregation members that made personal posters that went up in the hospitals. We had people who wrote letters specifically to teachers and nurses and doctors, the custodians of the hospital. All of the people that need those lift me ups got individual letters. I delivered stacks and stacks of those. We also have people that couldn't get out of their homes, but they do crochet work, and so they made those ear savers that go behind masks to help the healthcare workers. And we also had prayer patches that went out to individual people, and they were able to pass them on if they wanted to do that as well. In addition to working with our hospitals, we also took snacks and fresh baked cookies and lots of those things to our fire department and to our police. And then lastly, we focused on making sure that our homeless friends were taken care of, because a lot of them were not able to get where they needed to have daily food, and we would pack lunches. We would also provide dinners through Arlington Urban Ministries. I feel certain that as we find a new path forward through COVID, I don't think it's going away, that we will continue to look for ways to connect in our community. We have always been connected to the things that I've mentioned throughout this, but I think we will be more intentional about reaching individuals and not just saying we serve Kukin and we serve Webb and we serve Arlington Urban Ministries. We want to know that we serve Bob and Jane and Margaret and Cindy, and that the adults and the kids know that First United Methodist Church loves them and that God loves them, and it is just important that we continue along this journey. We welcome anybody. In the Methodist Church, we say we have open arms, open doors, open minds, and any and everybody is welcome at our place of worship. It is a place that we hope you feel that we are like family, and if you would like to get involved in any aspect of our church and of our faith community, you can find us on the internet, on the website, and we're all listed, but you can find me specifically. That's part of my job, is to connect people. So I am happy to help you do that, and we welcome everybody.
In life, one has to face a huge assortment of nauseating facts and good advice. So forget the inner me, observe the outer. I am what I wear and how I dress. Oh, now I believe in looking like my time on earth is cooking, whether polka dotted, striped, or even checked, with some glamour guaranteeing every fiber of my being is displayed to quite remarkable effect. Give